Damn it, I'm back. Did you expect any less? Howdy, welcome in. Not sure who's out there. Somebody's here. Don't worry, I don't mind. Hey, that song, I know it's annoying, but it's better than my singing, so. How y'all doing today? In case y'all are wondering, I'm trying one I haven't had before. Joya Cabineta. Let's see, what is the small? It's made in Nicaragua. Made by hand in Esteli. Of course, it actually says Fabrique Joya de Nicaragua S.A. And it also says Hecho a mano en Esteli. And it's got a small little crack in the jacket. Damn. Oh well, we're just going to have to smoke it, honey. That's fine. Because the crack is right back there by the cap. You just got to put a little more of it in your mouth and puff on it, really. That's what she said. Oh, damn, come on. I know somebody's going to crack that joke. Go ahead. A little bit of coffee. So far, pretty nice cigar. So I went through, started looking, various different things. Due to a conversation I had with Steve yesterday about bull riding. It's pretty easy. You can Google this if you want to. Topic's easy to find. Not going to take you very long. Best bucking bulls of the PBR, which is professional bull riders. Not Pabst Blue Ribbon. But you're going to find Bodacious is going to have his name up there on that list. Little Yellow Jacket, which is one that Steve mentioned. He's on that list. What was it? Dillinger, Red Rock. There's some other ones on that list. But these are bulls that you drew their name and you were like, I'm happy, I'm going to get a good ride out of this if I can hang on. Or you said, I'm not brave enough, and you chickened out. Now, I'm going to tell you, chickening out on certain bulls, that's not cowardice, that's just smart. Tough Hedeman, who had his whole face rearranged by Bodacious. Five titanium plates, wires, screws. We're talking about that bull jacked him up. And a whole lot of other cowboys too. Now, he was rideable. You could get a ride out of him. But the chances were you're going to be getting a ride out of him right to the hospital in an ambulance. He was the first rock star bull. And by rock star bull, I mean that bull that you even mention him in certain people and they're like, yeah, that was a bull. Everybody knew who that was. On the other end of the spectrum of world's greatest bulls, Little Yellow Jacket. Bit smaller, but was about like a honey badger. It could just turn around inside of its own skin and leave you wondering where in the hell is it going next. Crazy thing about that bull, everybody who rode him, and there wasn't many, and everybody who tried to ride him, and there was a lot, nobody got injured. I mean, look, there might have been some latent injuries later on, you're talking about 1,300 pounds worth of bull kicking and jumping and bucking up and underneath you. If your back hurts a little bit the next day, it stands to reason. But little Yellow Jacket never put anybody in the hospital. Never gored anybody. He'd get a rider up off of his back, and then he'd just nonchalantly turn and walk away. Like, my job here's done. Where's my next victim? It was watching some of that video. Now, I'll tell you, because I live in Houston, I saw most of the best come through at one time or the other. And I got family up in Dallas, out on the east side, which is just north of Mesquite. And I'm going to tell you, you can catch a good rodeo there in Mesquite too. So across the years, I got to see a lot of the best bulls on the planet come through various different rodeos. Some of them I was too young while they were still bucking, such as the case of Red Rock. Never saw him rode, but that's okay, because while he was active before he retired, nobody saw him rode. Ever. It was a couple of years after they retired him that they brought him back for a special event, and the previous Cowboy of the Year actually put in a full ride on him. First time that bull was ever rode. But he had to go through retirement before he was rideable. Think about that one. To put it in horse terms, Red Rock would be like Secretariat. Way out in front. Untouchable. I mean, have you ever seen if you ever saw a horse breaking, though, at least rodeo style, I'll tell you right now, that's more dangerous, because horses will just keep bucking right there. They won't move. You fall off, they'll just keep jumping right there. They smash the hell out of you, won't even notice. They'll just keep hopping right there on the spot. And they're a bit more agile. But, you know, a bull has all that power, and with the horns, and some of them are just plain mean. No big deal, just being honest about it. Would I ever ride a bull? No. Nope, not gonna do it. when I was young enough to do it and could heal up quickly, I wasn't anywhere near bull, left it alone. Now I'm too old to heal up fast. I ain't doing it. Plus, with a bad knee, I couldn't hang in them. There's no way. I'd just be successful in getting myself hurt. All right, birds. Background noises. Wonder who convinced me that that would be okay. I think it was John Harden who would just roll with it, right? I mean, I see him up there. If I had a little pellet gun or something, I could shoot him. Of course, if I did that, I wouldn't be any better than the person that shot my cat. That's the fourth cat, not Trump. Oh, if any of y'all are worried about Trump, don't worry. He's still got cancer. He's still on the quick track to dying, but he hasn't been shot. I don't know if he'd feel it under all that fur. God, this is like putting together a video. Live oak is shedding leaves, which tells me it's springtime fully. Howdy, Steve. Great to see you, sir. Houston is pert near excellent. I already talked over all the bulls that we were going to talk over. I guess I'm going to have to just wait until you give better memories of those bulls. I did find it interesting when I did the research on Little Yellow Jacket that he never put nobody in the hospital. Howdy, Patrick. Great to see you, sir. Now, I'm gonna look at y'all right now, and I'm gonna tell you probably the best reason for tailgating. Go watch the first 17 minutes of this video on some other time, and you're gonna see me just talking. There's nobody there, no interaction. And when we get to Steve and Miss Cathy's live show here in another 40-ish minutes, I'm going to be able to say, hey, we're all moving over to Steve and Miss Cathy's. I don't know how many people are going to be here, but anybody who is here can go ahead and move right on out. That way they've got people to talk to, which is awesome, because I'm telling you, starting a live feed and having it be like a video for the first 17 minutes is kind of demoralizing. Steve, I checked. I typed in Yellow Jacket PBR bull, and it showed up with Little Yellow Jacket. Very rarely rode for a full ride, but never hurt nobody. Now, maybe that's different than the Yellow Jacket you're talking about, but was rated as one of the best bulls. And then there was another one that I was weirdly interested in because the name Red Rock didn't do anything for me, but Red Rock was never ridden during his bull riding or the bull to ride career. Over 300 shots and nobody rode him until after he retired, and they brought him back for a special event. Oh, okay, Little Yellow Jacket's the son. So you're talking about the sire of Little Yellow Jacket. Good morning, RKIA. How's it going recovering? Hopefully you're not having to recover from too much. I mean, Steve, you know, I hear you, because Son of Bodacious is nowhere near as bad a bull as Bodacious. And, I mean, Secretariat sired herds worth of horses. Ain't no one coming close to Secretariat. That horse wanted to win, and wanted to win real bad. Then in that long race there in New York, the Belmont, he showed the whole world that he could not only win, but he could win blowing the competition away. I guess technically the only horse that ever competed race-wise with Secretariat would be Hidalgo. Completely different kind of racing there, though. I don't know if Secretariat could have handled those long distance races. And I know for a fact Hidalgo could not have won those sprint races. Completely different type of racing. Hidalgo was what? Just a Mustang pony that had no problem with rolling all day. Recovering, how'd you like it? I remember having those at one point in time, but I found that the ones from Padron I liked better. And then there's some little real quick, take you about the same amount of time as a cigarette. Cigars that are made by Monte Cristo that okay, 15 to 30 minutes, not bad. Yeah, the another one to try if you're into real nice quick sticks like that. The make sure I'm saying it correctly. The Fuente Exquisitos. It looks like exquisite with an O on the end. An OS actually. And then there's a little bitty one from Tatuaje, and I forgot the name of that one. But there's no band on the one from Tatuaje. And they come in a box. There's like 250 of them in a box. But it's good, quick, easy smoke. Not a problem, Steve. You asked me to do it. I figured, sure, why not? But it almost didn't happen. I will admit that it almost didn't happen. I was making sure to go pee before I got out here so that I wouldn't have to jump up and go, hey, I gotta pee. Howdy, Derek. Great to see you. And my wife, Holly, she rolled into the other bathroom, and I was like, oh, looks like tailgating's not going to happen. And I asked her if she was up for the day or going back to bed, and she sounded rough, and I was like, babe, just go back to bed. It's fine. It's fine. She's been having allergies lately. When I say she's sounding rough, that she's not sick or nothing. She's just having some allergies. It happens. I mean, if you have allergies and you're feeling a little rough, what can I tell you? If it helps, just go back to bed. Especially if it's your day off and you don't have anything that you got scheduled to do, and you don't have to do anything. Why not? We will be disturbed shortly by the trash guys. You're welcome in advance for knowledge that you're probably going to have to not wear your earbuds here in a minute. Only thing lately I've been fighting is just a slight touch of allergies and these damn June bugs. I don't know what they're actually called. Everybody around here just calls them June bugs. But they're here in March, so what the hell? I think it's something like a Japanese pear beetle or something like that. I don't know. They're just annoying as hell when you try to go smoke at night. If you want to flip on a light so that you can actually see what you're doing when you tamp or as you pack your pipe or whatever, they are so attracted to the light that you will be swarmed. It's just a pain in the butt. And I don't know if you could actually call it fighting them. But you swat at them and they fly right back at you, and you swat at them some more and they fly right back at you. You know, you can take your hat off and whack the hell out of them, and they'll hit the ground and jump right back up and fly again. Well, they're here in the Houston area, Derek, which means next week I'll be fighting mosquitoes, because pretty much a week after the June bugs start, the mosquitoes start swarming. Last year wasn't too bad because we had that good hard freeze and that killed some of them off. But this year, winter was real mild. I think we got down to freezing for about 10 seconds. Well, Derek, it's not been steady warm weather here. Okay, trash men are coming. Get ready. Here we go. They're going to make some noise. I apologize. And right on past my house. Yay. Oh. He reached in, grabbed the one bag that he saw, and left all the other bags in the bottom. So I've still got cat litter in the can. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks. Oh well. He'll be waiting for him on Wednesday. As far as steady warm weather, it was 41 degrees yesterday morning and 81 in the afternoon. When I woke up this morning, it was right at 50 degrees. I don't know if it was 49 and a half or 50 and a tidbit, but it was saying 50. It's going to be 83 today. Oh, Derek, I don't care. It'll stink that can to hell. They're going to be the ones smelling it. Smoking Fireman, howdy, sir. Steve, that is true about Alaska having a bunch of them. But that's more of a migratory thing. They do migrate from water to water to water. It's one of those things I studied when I was younger because I hate freaking mosquitoes. So I was trying to figure out better ways to kill them. Trying to do everything I could to kill them around the house so that I could actually enjoy my backyard and front yard year round. There's pretty much nothing you can do. So how's it going, Cody? Haven't seen you in a while. Hopefully the job as a fireman has been not too busy, because that's really not ever good for anybody's community. When firemen and policemen are overworked, that's a bad sign in the community. First responders in your own community, their only good day is going to be a boring day. That's all I've got to say on that one. And you could ask any of them, especially the fire department. If they've got a busy day, Yeah, the day goes by great, but it's horrible. Whereas they've got a boring day, they're like, I got nothing to do but wash a truck, work out a little bit, cook a little something at the firehouse, maybe play some dominoes or cards. Some of them have Xbox or PlayStation. Oh, there's the occasional, I got to roll the hoses again. Yeah, I tried to be a fireman for a little bit, but around these parts, it's all volunteer, and to get on with anything that would actually pay, I didn't have the time to make that happen, so I didn't pursue it any farther. No big deal, but I was qualified to drive all the trucks, ambulance, fire trucks, whatever. That was a long time back. I haven't had a Class A license in forever. Didn't see any reason to keep it expensive when you don't actually need it. All right, Cody, what kind of cigar are you thinking on having? Yet I'm only asking to be nosy. I mean, you don't have to tell me. Oh yeah, 87 in Phoenix. I got this feeling summer is rapidly going to show up this year, and it's going to sit around and make it cook. Really? Lost City? Damn. Going big money. Good cigar, though. For those that don't know, a Lost City, what he said was, I'm going to have an Opus X Lost City edition. It's up there with Angel Share. I mean, is it Angel Share or Angel's Envy? I know there's one that is exactly like one of the bourbon references, but I forgot the name. It's there in the back of my head tickling, but I don't remember. Oh, good Lord. In the 30s. Ouch. I'm in a t-shirt and I would be in shorts, but like I said, it was a little cool this morning. And I had to take the trash out and all of that stuff. And probably after this, I will go in and change into shorts because it's going to be 83 degrees. I don't need to barbecue myself just to prove I'm a man. Should get up to about 45 today. Wow. Your high is going to be lower than my low. That just sounds painful to me. I mean, it's the end of March already. Come on, we're supposed to be... All right, we're not supposed to be in the 80s yet. This is supposed to be when 60 to 70 is what our normal is. Oh, very nice, Steve. Yeah, that's a nice, comfortable stick. $51 in New York City. Now, isn't it a little bit early in the year for it to be 51 in New York City? 45, 47. I mean, I understand, but 51 is pretty toasty for this time of year. Cody, that depends upon the cigar, really. Like if it is a flat cap style for a cigar, I prefer a punch because that's the only way to not tear up the cap. And if it's torpedo or bellicoso, I like a V cut because I can cut it once and the draw will be fine. And if it's a rounded cap, punch or straight cut is just fine. But it all comes down to, it works out whatever's right for you is right. Drew Estates La Raton, rolled with pipe tobacco. I know that to be true. And if you look at the word La Raton, it is natural spelled backwards. Well, Patrick, if you ever get to the point where you're trying to decide between buying a V cut and a straight cut, Calibre put out it's called an SV. So it has the straight cut and the V cut in one cutter. Flip it one way and it's a flat straight cut. Flip it the other way, it's a V cut. And works fantastic. That is true, Steve. Depending upon what you like is going to be what works best. Quite often, though, I just use a knife. You've seen the SV cutters, or you saw that or you saw the La Ratons. And Cody, yeah, the SV cutter, it's got the best V cut, period. Straight out. The whole market has pretty much agreed with that. Now, am I saying that the Zycar is not good, or that the little cheap $5 mostly made out of plastic one's not good? No, it's just not as good. Oh yeah, so the SV cutter, now it's a high end, it's kindly expensive on the front end, but it's got that lifetime guarantee. So when it dulls up, you ship it to them and they ship you a new one, or they replace the blade set. It's going to work well. Oh great, now the trash guys are coming up on the other side of the street. Coming back through, yay. And no, I'm not worried about the cat crap in the can. They'll smell it tomorrow. Well, Wednesday. And where I put my trash cans, it's far enough away from the house, I'm not going to smell it. Ah, yes, the smoking modes. I've seen those. Zycar has a little set of fold-up scissors for cigars that works well. It also has some tools that allow you to work on your own cigar lighter, which is sometimes really nice, especially when it comes time to purge the air out just before you refill it. It's always a good thing. Now, if you happen to get a set of scissors, I'm going to make you a suggestion. You put the blade onto the cigar, okay? And then you turn it a quarter turn. That quarter turn before you cut through will score the jacket just enough that the cut will be clean and you won't have little straggly parts. Now, Zycar makes a good straight cutter, and they make a decent V cutter. But if I had to look you in the eye and go, I like the Zycar as well as the Calibre, I couldn't do it. That's not to say that the Zycar one's bad. That's just to say I think the Calibre one is better by a lot. It is definitely deeper. And anything that I'm actually going to be using a V-cut on, which is a Torpedo, the Bellicoso, or anything that comes to a point, I need a good deep cut, otherwise it's going to plug up on me anyways. So for me, it's the right choice. But if you happen to smoke dry instead of wet, unlike me, anything that gets you through the cap is going to work. By the way, I got a cat that wants in. I think my mother-in-law is up and let him out the back door and probably left the back door open. So about the same time this ends, I'll be having to let him in again. You like that? Yeah, that's the Hoya Cabineta. So far, it is just slightly stronger than a Connecticut. And I don't know yet what it's going to do here on the Maduro side. But we'll probably be hearing about it when Steve and Cathy are live. I'll definitely let y'all know if it picks up a bit once it reaches the Maduro. Which the Maduro is just wrapped over the Connecticut wrapper there. I'll tell you, it's decent. I'd never had one before today. Sure, Cody, go ahead. Howdy, Smoke in Kentucky. How's it going, sir? Steve and Cathy are setting up the pewter. Ah, nose is itching. Don't you love it when the outside of your nose is itching and it looks like you're trying to pick your nose just to scratch it? Okay, Cody. The Nub, Connecticut. If the blend, there's two possibilities here. One, the blend was giving you a mild allergic reaction, or two, there was Lajero laced throughout. There's actually a third one. Three, you hadn't had anything to eat all day and your sugar was bottoming out. All of those could happen. Well, Kentucky, I'm not going to tell you how warm it's going to be here today. 83. But somebody who's in Arizona was saying that it was up to 87 in Phoenix. I'm not going to mention any names, but I hope they recover from all that heat. Yes, I've had all the nubs before. Every once in a while you get one that it was blended to be a Maduro and they slapped a Connecticut wrapper on it. It's like they forgot to change over the mixture so that it would be Connecticut, and they blended up a full extra Lajero version of a Maduro and then just put a Connecticut jacket on it. I've had a few like that, and yeah, they'll blow your head off if you're not careful. Derek, I'm glad you like it. Which particular one did you get? It should be on the cellophane that it came in. If you know. If you didn't, if you've already tossed it, don't worry about it. It's not that important. Could have been the Juicy Lucy. God, I used to know all the names of those. I had to. I had them at my shop. Root. Yes. Root, which that would have been one of my more favored ones. Yeah, a little bit of cocoa and maybe a touch of vanilla. All right, Cody, the question here would be, is it a special day or is it just a good day? If it's a special day, go ahead and get that Lost City. If it's just a good day, get the Cohiba Royale. Now I'm going to give you the whole difference here. The Cohiba Royale is readily available pretty much year-round. The Lost City only comes out at certain times of the year, and it makes it a little bit harder to get. Therefore, the Lost City would be a special day type cigar. And the Cohiba, not that it's worse, just that it's more readily available, would be listed more as it's a good day. I'm going to have a good cigar. Yeah, Derek, sometimes you won't get any of the vanilla. I think it depends upon how close it was to the top corners of the box when it was shipped. I found that the top two right by the lid never tend to be as robust of a vanilla as the rest of them. And at your shop, wherever it was that you bought it from, you can't guarantee that where that cigar is right now is where it was when it was packed in the box to ship it to the store. Oh, it's better than the red dot. Cody, it's way better than the red dot. And yes, Kentucky, I completely understand that. As I told somebody recently, for $100, the best I could do is 50 cigars. Okay, let's just rate them out at 50 sticks. 2 bundles of the Drew Estates factory smokes, 50 cigars. That is 50 days of smoke if I only have one a day. Okay. For the same $100, I can have 3 pounds of pipe tobacco delivered. That is 3 months. That is 90 days. Now, if I want something more extravagant than $1.35 a stick, I'm going to have to go for a lot less than 50 days worth of smoke. If I wanted, like, say, the Alec Bradley Project 40, that's going to be $20 or 20 days worth of smoke total. Still the same $90 worth that I can get from, or 90 days worth that I can get from smoking a pipe. Okay, graham cracker, I could see you getting that. And yeah, Cody, you're right. Cigars do not take long to add up on that pocketbook. Suddenly you're going, man, where'd all that money go? It went. And yes, y'all do see me smoke a lot of cigars. But I either purchase on sale or know where to find the best deals here locally, or I'm smoking inexpensive ones that people are not really all that aware of, and the only time y'all actually see me smoking a cigar is during a live. Pretty much the rest of the day I'll be smoking my pipes when I've got both hands free to do whatever, and I don't need to worry about doing the relights, and I can just concentrate on keeping the pipe lit. So much easier. They are good. Just remember, they are going to be coffee flavored. Yeah. Yeah, Cody. That doesn't take but a minute to tell you that you're broke. You start going into those super exotics, ultra high priced ones. Yeah, they definitely they add up real quick. Oh yeah, they're great for the coffee drinker. Nub Nuance also has coffee, but if I had to go with which one I think has a better coffee flavor, I would go with the Tabacs. And yeah, I'm a bit of a coffee drinker myself. I mean, whether it be French press or slow pour or K cup or percolator, old school Mr. Coffee drip machine, it doesn't matter. I'll figure out a way to get coffee. Yeah, the Java are pretty good, but you got to remember those are actually a joint effort by Drew Estates and Rocky Patel. And my major problem with the Java is that box press. There are some round ones, don't get me wrong, but that box pressed one, I can't get those to cut without unraveling on me. It's like, well, most of the infused cigars that have a bit of either pipe tobacco blended in or that are coffee infused, they pair real well. And you can also go with pretty much anything that is vanilla. And I had one, it's been a while. I seem to recall it was flavored similar to the Irish cream liqueur. So you got a little notes of that while you're having a cup of coffee, and it was exceptional. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm a black coffee drinker. Every once in a while, I have to put like a sugar cube or maybe a little bit of a splash of milk, but that tends to be on coffees that are flavored in some way, shape, or form. Because sometimes that flavoring comes out to me as very chemically tasting, and then I'm just like, I don't like it. Not a problem, Steve. All right, so Steve and Miss Cathy are definitely going live. Um, not that he's going to be talking crap, but he said that he might be talking bull. I'll leave that for y'all to decide. I think I'm going to be sitting back and just listening because, well, this is where the cowboy rides away. All right, so Derek, not Derek, KY, Kentucky. You can use a knife. I use a knife all the time. But you got to put that thing to the point where it is razor sharp. I mean, you should be able to damn near shave your whole face with that knife if you're going to be using it on cigars. You can let it go a little bit more dull than that. This right here, this blade, which I use a lot, I keep that front end at that level of sharp, but I use it on cigars, and I know I'm going to use it on cigars. Oh, I'm not saying you don't keep them sharp. I'm just saying that that's one of the first rules about keeping a knife if you're going to use it to cut a cigar. Uh, the other thing is you gotta know what you're doing. It is so easy to jack up the cap if you're not for certain. Uh, if you're getting a punch, get a Zycar. It's the best punch on the market. If you're getting a V cutter, I'd go with the Calibre. It's just me. As far as a straight cut, Zycar or Calibre is about the same. And what do we got? Oh, crap. You know what? We're starting to chew into Steve and Cathy's time. So we're going to get out of here. You know what? It's been crazy fun having y'all here. Uh, except for the first 17 minutes when nobody said anything. Don't worry about it. That's what tailgating's for, is so that people can wake up and be like, oh, yeah, well, we'll just join in. As far as it goes, remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, do the best you can with that, and as per always, remember, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care. I'll see you at Steve and Cathy's here in just a minute. Bye for now.